It's recording. All right.
I'm really excited
again this Monday. This is going to be a fun Monday. David and Heidi are taking over this Monday. We switch off every other week, so this is their week, and they are have some fun stuff planned. So I will just turn it straight over to them.
Hey, thanks. Welcome, team. David has totally put together a little presentation, and I asked him to. It's actually his idea. You guys, it's his idea and his plan. But having said that, he kind of watches the numbers in the background. He kind of is very observant behind the scenes, so we don't always hear him talking. And he comes up with really good ideas because of what he sees in the background. So if we're talking about this, there's a good reason for it. And so he has actually put together a little PowerPoint and everything because he loves y'all so much. This is not his full-time job. And so mad props to him. Everyone cheer him on. Woo-woo.
Yay!
Hey. First off, I wanted to see if anybody had any takeaways. Unfortunately, I have family here, so we're not able to catch any of Dr. A's call or what's that called?
Insanity.
Insanity. Does anybody have any ahas that they got from that they wanted to share?
Don't all speak up at once.
Okay. Well, if you do, then you can put it in the chat. And if not, if you missed it, I think we still got Saturday, right?
Yeah, you have Saturday to watch it again.
Yeah, I usually catch Dr. A's calls on when it comes out on Wednesday's podcast. So anyway, we are super excited. When I was growing up, I loved fishing. So we're going to talk about fishing and Optavia. And yes, they're kind of the same thing. I mean, we don't put a hook into our clients' mouths, and we don't chop it up and eat it, but there's a lot of similarities, and I love comparing things to nature. So let me share my screen, and we will get started.
Okay, can you guys all see that?
Okay, gone fishing. Okay, this is me when I was fishing in Vienna, Missouri. So way back when I was 11 or 12, my Aunt Carol would take me and a few of my sisters, and we'd go fishing in Vienna, Missouri, which is near Lake of the Ozarks, if you guys are familiar with it. So this is me catching one of my fishes. And I loved it. I loved getting the little crabs, out of the rocks. I loved catching the turtles, even though I wasn't supposed to.
Rebel.
So a lot of fun things. So with that in mind, I want to talk a little bit about fishing and how we can be expert fishermen, specifically how we can be expert at finding clients and coaches. So here's kind of the content page. So why are you fishing? What kind of fish do you want to catch? How and where are you going to catch the fish? When are you going to fish? How often? Who are you going to fish with? So you always have to have a fishing buddy. So with that in mind, we'll start. Know why you are fishing. So let me grab my little phone with my notes. So in the chat, go ahead and put why you are a health coach. Okay? Is it something that you love? Is it something that you're doing to keep you accountable? How do we see the chat? Here.
I don't know how to see the chat while we're presenting at the same time.
Okay. Okay, there it goes. Okay.
Who did that?
Accountability, love helping others. That's great. So it's important that you really keep
Money,
that. Yeah,
money.
That's good. That's good. It's important that you keep your why at the forefront of whatever you're doing. And the reason why is because some days are hard. Like Dr. Hay always says, you want to make sure that that you're prepared for the hard days. So if you have 5 clients that cancel in one day, if you have a coach that decides they don't want to do it anymore, you need to be ready to remember why you're doing this. And that way you can say, okay, you know, it's not so good day, but I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep trying hard to help getting the world healthy. All right. Okay, so know what kind of fish you want to catch. So if I'll give you someone a $5 wellness credit if they can name all 4 types of fishes down there.
Every time you say fishes, I laugh because I think it's just
Okay.
fish.
Okay. Yeah, it's just fish. Anybody know? Okay. So the bottom one is.
Wait.
Did anyone know? Sorry, we can't see the chat again.
No, I don't think it would. Bottom one is halibut, mahi-mahi. The next one is salmon and trout. So each one of these fish has different flavor. Okay, they taste different. Each one of them has different levels of fat and protein. Each one you put in different kind of salads and you cook them different ways. And people like different kinds of fish. So the same thing could be said with the clients that we have. What kind of fish do you want to catch? Wouldn't it be amazing if you could choose the kind of clients that you want? Okay. One thing I didn't understand when I was growing up. Oh, Sean knew them. Okay, I'll give you a $5 credit, Sean. Okay. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could choose the kind of fish or clients that you want to have on your team? Okay, you're going to have some clients that
they have more fat and some with more protein.
Yeah, some with more protein. Yeah, you're going to have some that are grumpy. You're going to have some that really don't want to do it or being forced to do it by their spouse because their spouse wants them to lose weight. So lots of different kinds of clients. Wouldn't it be okay to say, okay, I'm not going to choose that one? One thing I didn't understand when I was a little boy is I hated throwing fish back. Okay, I would get these ugly fish. They were like less than 12 inches, and every time I would always have to, just throw back. I would only be able to keep a few because I guess in the pond, there weren't that many big ones. But anyway, and I hated it. But really, you know what? It was a win-win situation for everybody because you don't want to be stuck with an ugly fish. Barracuda that doesn't taste very good, it's hardy, it's rough, and it has worms in the middle of it. You don't want to be stuck with it. And so throw it back. If it's a little fish, it's not ready. Throw it back and they'll be grateful because later on they'll realize, you know what, now I'm ready. Okay? The same thing with coaches. So that's really what we want to do is be able to get to a point where we can identify for ourselves what kind of clients that we want to have. And you know what? If they're not ready, we'll find new ones. Okay, so next slide. Know how you're going to catch the fish. So I have 3 little drawings right here. Okay, one is a guy with a fishing pole. So that's kind of a way that we can catch fish. It's just, maybe have 2 fishing hooks. You can catch two fish on the bottom of it. Then you have a little bit bigger nets here, and then a commercial fishing. So I want somebody to come off mute and tell me how this applies to coaching.
So you're hooking one at a time. You're hooking, so you've got your beginner coach at the beginning who's not quite sure, not quite motivated.
Yeah.
Not quite, testing the waters, kind of bring them in one at a time, maybe not ready to commit. You got the middle guy who's fishing to make a living, looking pretty hard. And you got the third guy who's just ready to reel him in. So you've got, especially like the beginning people like Caroline has the commercial side, because obviously she's going on cruising. So she did a pretty good job, right?
Yeah.
Maybe on the
Thank
end. So commercial fisherman. So, yep.
Thanks, Renelle.
Sure.
So in addition to the kind of quantity of fish that we can catch, when we compare this to, we can also maybe think the commercial fishermen as maybe like Facebook, right? Facebook has a large outreach of fish that you can catch, right? With the second one, with a river, maybe you can't catch as many fish, but you can still catch a good chunk of them, smaller nets. And then the first one you can catch, catch a few at a time. The second one, Heidi's had a little bit of success. Do you want to tell a little bit of some of the small ways that you've been able to catch some fish, some clients, and that maybe we haven't, talked about before?
Sure. We talk about using social media very often in the 3x3x3, but there's something about living out loud where maybe it's not on social media that you're living out loud, but just in your own life. For example, I would just have all this energy or talk about how I felt and let people kind of watch me. Though I did have a transformation, I hadn't lost all my 125 pounds yet. People were noticing early on. And it was at places like church, my son's feeding therapy appointments, doctor office visits. I was handing out cards and collecting information from people all the time because I would just talk about how great I felt everywhere I went. And I would say stuff even at the grocery store. So there's just something about, maybe those are not necessarily the things we talk about every day, but you can reach out to people everywhere and anywhere if you're okay staying in the grocery line. I know all this stuff looks really healthy, but hey, I'm a health coach. You can say whatever you want at any moment. So does that help?
Yeah. Also, something that Heidi did that I thought was pretty brilliant. She went around and asked at the beginning of the year, hey, is anybody looking for a help page that would keep them accountable? And so all of a sudden, a whole bunch of people are like, yeah. I would like to have, a help page of a group of people that would keep me accountable, and also a place I could find healthy recipes. And so she added quite a few people to our Nothing to Lose group page, and several of our other coaches copied, and they've had several clients come from that. So just it's not a big net, it's a small little net. So finding different approaches. I mean, just because you're a commercial fisherman doesn't mean that's the best approach. I'd actually like the next slide I have here is impact, right? So if we consider fishing in terms of impact, commercial fishing Facebook is not really a high impact way of reaching out to people. You put something on your page and you kind of hope that somebody's looking. With a medium, if you have groups, like Heidi was saying, at the boys' therapy, or maybe a workout thing, or maybe you have a Optavia party at your house. Those are good. But the best, really, the highest impact that you can have is one-on-one conversations. Okay, and not necessarily. It doesn't even messaging is good, but that's not the best way. It's one-on-one, right in person. You know what? I think you would really benefit. They can see all of the 6 areas of the senses, and they can say, you know what? She cares about me. She wants me to join a program. So a lot of people, I think Doug Wood did this for a little while, is, he was trying to get lots and lots of clients and lots of coaches, and he was getting a little bit overwhelmed. So you know what he did? He started being a little bit more selective. So he went to the high impact and he said, I'm going to fish for the coaches that are high quality fish. So it took a little bit more time, but you know what Doug Wood did? He got some good coaches, and these coaches are leaders. So it might be good. You know what? You're posting on Facebook and you're not having very much success or as much success as you want. It might be good to try a different way. You know, have an Optavia party at your house, or maybe it might be good to go look at all the friends that you have and say, which one of these would be an amazing coach? You know what? I'm just going to focus on them. Drip a little bit here, develop my relationship with them. And when the time's right, I'm going to share it with them. And maybe whatever you share is not the right type of bait. Okay? Maybe you got to try a hot dog. Maybe you got to try, what?
A worm.
A worm. Okay? So try different things. And you know what? Eventually it'll work, because we know that health coaching is an amazing opportunity for us to become our best versions of ourselves. So with this in mind, I asked Caroline to jump off and to just kind of talk a little bit about how she's been able to, I guess, expand her impact as an Optavia coach.
Well, first of all, I love this analogy of fishing. I really feel that, you know, as I'm training my coaches, I use a fishing analogy a lot. And in fact, I just recently used it with my husband, who's starting to learn how to post things and talk about the program. But one of the things that and I'm not an expert fisherman at all. The one or two times that I've actually gone fishing, it required a lot of patience, and it was boring. Honestly, you know, it took a lot of effort, but I felt like it needed time. I guess ultimately that's what it really was. It needed time. And I feel like this process of you know, looking for clients or coaching or coaching our clients or finding those clients, it requires patience. There's no emergencies in health coaching, as Heidi likes to say. And I just feel like this requires just patience. And one of the things that, like, I recently told my husband is that he made a post, and I said, hey, can I give you some feedback on this? And of course he said, yes, please give me feedback. And, and I said, hey, this is a really good, what you said to her. He said, this is, I can't remember the exact words. It was like, this is Optavia. I'm doing 5 fuelings and 1 lean and green meal. And I said, that's really great that you told her about the program, but now she can't come to you and ask you about it. And so I kind of use the analogy of fishing, of how you post things and you give them a little bit of a bait, and then, or what did I say? I'm gonna. Do you remember what I said? I can't remember, but I used this great analogy, and of course I can't remember it, but it was great when I told
hang the bait in front of them a little bit.
What?
I think you said you hold the bait in front of them a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Jiggle the line.
Oh yeah. So I hold the bait and I jiggle the line and I let them come to me. So I give them just enough that they're like, oh, what is this? And what is so great? And why is she so happy? And why is she living out loud? And why is she looking amazing and posting all these things? And they come to me, and then that's an opportunity that I can hook them. But yeah, I really feel like this is a good analogy to use, David, of the idea of fishing.
Thanks. So there's plenty of times, there's plenty of things that we could talk about. We don't have a lot of time, but how often you fish. So many times, a lot of times we're like, oh, none of my posts seem to work. Well, you know what? If you only have 100 friends and your same 100 friends are seeing your post after post after post after health post, no wonder they're not trying to go for the bait. They're exhausted. They've seen the hot dog 5 times every week.
That's funny. You guys add more friends. That's kind of what he's saying, isn't it?
Okay, so that goes to our next. This is to our little. We try to do these once a month or something, kind of just to get everybody's participation. So I think one thing that really helps. We did this last year in December, and we didn't get to it in December this year, or November, or whenever it was. But we want to add friends, and a lot of times we think, oh, I added like 20, 30 friends. That's a lot. Really, it's not that long. It's not that much. You can have up to 5,000 friends. Why not add 5,000? You want to grow your business? Why not? So one of the reasons why Heidi basically doesn't have to do anything to find friends is because she knows, one, she knows a lot of people, but two, she has a lot of friends. And several of them are people that she doesn't even know that have reached out and said, hey, I want to do that. And, you know, it's pretty amazing. And then you have the opportunity when you get on a health assessment, you know, quality share, to be able to share it with them and give a little bit more, like Caroline said, and, you know, and develop a relationship with trust. And then they want you to coach them. Happens all the time. Somebody's like, you know what? This guy's trying to sell me something about coaching, sell me something about this food. And you know what? I don't want him as a coach, but you know what, Heidi? I saw your picture on the Optavia website and wow, I want you to be my coach. That happened just the other day. And it's like, okay. So Heidi got 2 more today. So anyway, so this Finding Friends Mayhem, basically we'll have this roll of tickets. For every 10 friends you add starting tomorrow through the 31st, you get 1 ticket. So if you add 100 friends, you get 10 tickets. Then on February 2nd or February 3rd, tell us how many tickets you've got, or tell me how many friends you added, and we will give you tickets. And then on the 4th, which will be our team time, we'll have a drawing, a grand prize for a gift certificate of $75 to a spa or health equipment of your choice. First prize, $40 gift certificate to a restaurant of your choice. And second prize, $25 Cinemark movie theater tickets. And then third prize, $25 Bed Bath & Beyond certificates. So anyway, so I just threw out the prizes. Anyway, hopefully it's not necessarily about the prizes. Really, it's about developing your business, right? But these are just maybe little incentives that maybe will help, you know, those people who are like, hey, you know, I want to earn that. Hey, that'd be exciting.
Or, hey, I want to win a challenge. That's fun and motivating.
And even though, you know, probably whoever has the most friends that they added, we'll let you know. You know, we'll say, okay, this person had that much, so you get bragging rights. Yeah. But also you'll have a good chance of getting one of these prizes.
So find out how many friends you have, take a screenshot or save that number or tell us about it. And then we're going to see how many you added. We can check, make sure everyone's honest. It's a challenge, yo. Okay, who accepts the challenge? Put a 1 in the chat.
Okay, we're going to stop screen share. Okay, does anybody have, we have 3 minutes. Anybody have any questions on this drawing or any questions about, or any ahas that they want to share about this, about fishing and coaching?
I would say that what your 3 types of fishing is actually the part of the 3, 3, and 3 if you really look at it, because if you do your post, that's going out to the masses. If you comment on somebody's, that's kind of narrowing it down just a little bit. And then if you do a one-on-one conversation, that's direct hit. So a lot of what I have found in my business is, I mean, if you open it up to the masses, people are watching you. And then you narrow it down, For instance, Jessica, I met them through church, but I went and had a date with her husband on a tractor, and I rode for 16 hours on a tractor with him in 2 days. Okay, sorry, Jessica, you didn't know we had a date, did you? It was a kind of a man date.
Bro date.
It's kind of like fishing, but not. Anyways, we just started chatting the whole time. and they were watching through Facebook, and all of a sudden, I mean, it happened. But you kind of have to be able to do all three areas in order for you to be able to, for people to see what you're doing. I'm sure that commercial fisherman loves to go fishing just one-on-one, but he's got to make a living and get get the masses as he can. So I love that. Also, this is going to pertain to two different groups here, the challenges. So just so you guys know, most of the people, I mean, if you're on the Jocks page still, things that go on there aren't always going to pertain to you, because you're also on Heidi's page too. So this one, we're going to have two separate contests going. Heidi and David's are going to have their contest going, and Jocks will have their own. Same thing, same contest, but we're going to split it up a little bit and get some fire going in both areas. So there'll be two grand prizes.
Woo! That means everybody's odds just like duplicated by some weird percent David probably could figure out like that. That's awesome. And it's okay. I remember in the past when we did this, there was a little, it's time to be done, but I remember some people had hangups about adding friends. Like, oh, I don't know them. And I think it's true, you don't, but you can get to. I remember adding a couple people and starting relationships with them through Facebook, and several of those people that I didn't know at the time joined program. And even, I think one or two of them became a coach. I'll have to sit back and think about that now. Or almost became a coach. I don't recall. But here's the deal. It's not about just adding people to have numbers, though this is a challenge. Some of you are going to go and do that. I know you already. But it is about starting relationships with the people you add. Not quickly add them, then go to their chat and say, thanks for adding me. Don't do that weird thing. Don't be weird. But write it down once they've added you. Is this adding friends to our personal Facebook, or is this adding people to our community pages? Good clarifying. It is adding to your personal friends list.
So what I would say right now is take a picture, do a screenshot of your friends list. That's what we did last year. Take a picture or a screenshot of your friends, how many friends you have right now. And just as Heidi was saying, we are not in a weight loss business. I'm not a weight loss coach. I'm a coach, but I'm a relationship coach. I'm in the business of building relationships with people, because if people trust me, it doesn't matter if I've known them for 50 years. I'm only 41, but if I've known them for 41 and I don't have a good relationship with those people, they're not going to come and ask me for anything else. But just tonight, just as I got on the call, I just got a message from somebody who has been watching us, that has been like valiantly watching us for the whole time. The whole time we've been doing it. He's a physician in Utah, and his wife has been, I mean, she's sent tons of people to us, and she's posted my picture on her Facebook page, but just now she's like asked us, hey, we want to do this now, her and her husband. And I was like, I mean, it's just that type of thing where they're watching you for so long to see if you're still going to be there. Okay, we are in a relationship building business. How fun is it to be able to see those people that you are able to talk to have success in all areas of their life, not just in weight loss. Okay, again, I'm gonna point out Jessica. She didn't need a lot of weight loss. They own a business where they're exercising for 3 hours every morning. She didn't need, I mean, she had her little 5 pounds or something that she wanted to lose, but she didn't need it. If I would have looked at Rhett, her stinking husband, who is like chiseled, could have won that little competition that they had, that pull-up competition they had.
Yeah.
If I would have looked at him and said, hey, you need this program, you know what? It wouldn't have worked.
We would have overlooked him had we been looking at bodies.
Exactly. So you guys, now we look at Jessica. Jessica brought on Autumn. And just in those two people, I mean, they're both going on a cruise. They're both changing worlds, changing lives. All right? Just
Buying
because,
houses.
yeah, buying houses. Autumn is buying her first house because of health coaching. All right, guys, you get to change more than just a body. And make sure you realize that. We are in a relationship business, not a weight loss business. All right.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. I think that about wraps up. So
David,
Thanks
girl,
for being on Tea Time.
share this with all your coaches, and hopefully they can get on the bandwagon and have some success.
okay. Cherie had her hand up a long time ago. Cherie, did you want to say something?
Cherie,
thanks.
I can't see your hand up. Hiram, can you see it on your end? Is that why?
Thank you. I know we're off time, but I really like this fishing analogy because it's easy to remember because of my faith. We're supposed to be fisher of men. And
That's right.
The way I look at it is you can fish with like a plastic, lure, which takes forever to get a bite, or you can fish with shark meat, or something really, and so that's what I had to say. But let me tell you one thing that happened. I went to Nordstrom to get some new jeans because I'm in a size 8 now instead of a 10.
Woo!
And the lady that was helping me was a beautiful woman, and she was thin. So I'm thinking, she's thin, she's not going to want to join. So, but I just said to her, she said, "Oh, these are cute jeans." And I said, "Yeah, they're size 8. I've never been in a size 8. And she looked up at me and I said, "Yeah, I've lost almost 60 pounds. And she said, "Oh, give me your number, please. My husband needs to lose like 100 pounds.
Yeah!
Woohoo! Thanks,
Good
guys.
job living out loud. That's how it's done. Congratulations, Cherie.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming on. It was a fast half hour. But let's see everybody on Saturday, and we will talk to you soon. Make sure you take a screenshot and send it into your, are you just going to start a thread with that, Heidi, or are you going to just have them send it straight to you?
You got Hiram, make a decision for me. I don't know. You did this before.
I'm going to just start a thread in Jocks. Everybody just post your friends in that thread so we can go back to look at it.
Nothing to lose. Got it. Yo, we'll do it. I'll copy yours once it's posted.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks.
Good night,
y'all.
everyone.
Night.